Welcome back to LJ's Comic Borough. My name is Jay. I'm the host for the show, and happy new comic book day to everybody. Yep, it's that day again, dear God. So I hope you guys could be able to go out, pick up your books, flip through them. Hopefully your stories are going the way you want them to. Sometimes they don't, and then you end up stuck sitting there going, why, Lord, why? Either way, on that note, get a little through business. If you like what you're watching, dear God, if you end up like what you're seeing, if you like the words coming out of this mouth, please like, please subscribe, please leave a message. Because the best thing about doing a show like this is to be able to have that conversation. I would love to be able to hear what you guys are reading. I'd love to be able to hear what you guys are thinking about, what's going on with the comic community, with the movies about to come out. Dear God, Venom is about to come out. I know a lot of people are so far looking at the ad for Venom and not knowing which way the wind's going to blow with that. Personally, I at least want to give it a chance before I go, this sucks. All right, I am not going to sit back and just keep thinking to myself this is going to be a shitty movie. I at least want to give it a chance. Worst comes to worst, I'll watch the black market version of it. I'll buy it for $2 somewhere. But I at least want to be able to give it a chance and find out if it's worth saying it sucks or not. There's Deadpool coming out. There's Aliens coming out, which absolutely looked amazing. I'm so super psyched and hyped for that movie. I'm a huge Aliens fan, so to see another one, and finally Ripley is nowhere to be in sight, at least so far. That actually gets me pretty hyped on things. Just knowing that there's another Alien movie coming out. I haven't seen it yet. Godzilla x King Kong. I'm waiting to see that on DVD. As much as I would have loved to seen that, I'm way too poor. So it is what it is. I just wait for it to come out on DVD for like $20-some, and I own the movie instead of having to, be sad that it's over and go home and talk about it with just me and my cats or dogs or ferrets, or because my family don't give two shits about that movie. I promise you. So, on that note, let's talk about a little bit about comics. The first book I want to show to you is Savage Witch, issue number 3. I love what Todd McFarlane's been doing with this series. All right, bodies being cut up, people hanging around in scarecrow costumes on a cross somewhere. This is in the middle of the field. This is just an amazing book. I love what's going on. I love these two characters ever since they've come out in Spawn. I'm so glad that they decided to bring back a series for these guys. I think the first series was done by Brian Michael Bendis, and you know him as the father of Miles Morales. So to actually see Todd McFarlane pick up the mantle of the two greatest characters in detective history, personally, is awesome. I love what they're doing with this book. Personally, if you have not picked this up, this is one of those series you do need to get on. If you love the Spawn universe, this is definitely one of those little mini series that I think, I don't know how many issues they're coming out with this, but this is it. I love this, and I'm telling you, go out and read this book. Another Image comic book that I am really pushing you guys out. Now, the first several issues of the first story arc, I'll be honest with you, it was good, but it wasn't the greatest. It just wasn't. I thought it could do more, and dear God, it definitely produced on the second story arc. So if you get a chance and you see this is a great story. I mean, they're going anywhere and everywhere in the imagination world. So I love actually seeing this. This is called Something Epic. All right. And right now they are definitely trying to solve a mystery on who's murdering some of the greatest imaginary characters in history. So this is definitely one of the really cool stories. And they almost have like a Howard the Duck type character as the sidekick, which I love Howard the Duck. So to me, getting a character even just like him to be able to do something, especially since Marvel's not doing crap with Howard the Duck at this moment. I know I heard there's a possibility of a movie being made, but I've heard that for the longest time. It only can be so long before they just basically decide to pull the trigger with that. So something epic, and I love the side story, the one of the other covers. This is my favorite cover for this issue. Yeah, it's a giant Game Boy. I love this. I saw this and I was like, wow. Something Epic does some really great covers. I know for the next issue that they're doing a lot of homages to the Dark Knight, some Frank Miller covers. So if that's your thing, they really are picking up and doing some great stuff with that. So Something Epic. All right. The series that really never should have been that good was that good. This is Justice League versus Godzilla versus King Kong. This is issue number 7. This is the actual issue that I got to read. I did show off, I think, two episodes ago. 2 episodes ago, I showed off a cover that I wasn't never going to look at. That was my little full shiny cover. That was Beast Boy as a giant gorilla helping King Kong with the Green Lantern ring. So that to me was really, really cool, and that actually happens. That's not just a snag piece or a little piece for you to want to pick up and go, ooh, what's this? It actually does happen in the book. So this actually was a great series. This I think every critic had to admit when they sat there and read this was a lot better than what more people thought it was going to be. So if you had a chance, I know you're not going to go out, and you know you're not going to go pick up all those books. If you got a chance and you do see the collector's series or the collected edition of this series, please pick this up. You won't be wasting your time if you absolutely love Justice League and you love Godzilla and you love King Kong. All right. So far, I haven't picked up anything or showed you guys anything I didn't like, and I'm just going to continue with that. This is What If, issue number 3. What if Mr. Burke lived? Yeah. As they tried to add a little kindness to his heart, but there's nothing kind about this guy. This guy's diabolical. This guy is all about himself and all about his money. And yes, I know he keeps saying in every issue, he's doing it for his family, he's doing it for his wife, he's doing it for himself. He's doing it for himself. Unless he kills himself at the end or sacrifices himself in some form or fashion, he does it for himself. I love this. I love the continuation story of this. I love to see what would make this even better. If there was a Red Brand book, this could have been it, because some of the things that goes on in this. But I do love the What If series for this. This is beautiful, amazing, and I couldn't speak more highly. This is issue number 3. That is definitely one of those that you do want to continue to keep on reading. That it's going to end, I think, in 2 more issues, and I'm going to be absolutely sad. So, What If? All right. This I picked up for my wife, not for myself. She is the biggest fan of Wolverine, also the biggest fan of Uncanny X-Men. And this is Uncanny X-Men issue number 700. Yeah. This is issue number 700. I love this cover, though. And what do you guys have been thinking about the X-Men 97? A lot of people have some mixed reviews, mostly good. You got the people that are sitting there trying to play politics with it. It's a cartoon. Sit back and enjoy it. There's no politics. It's just a great show to be able to sit back and watch. And it's the one thing I don't push on my show. I don't like pushing politics. This is just a show. It's a form of entertainment. I know everyone's got their own opinion on this way, that way, blah blah blah. But this is one of those shows. I thought it was one of those shows. X-Men's been at least one of those shows that it's just one of those sit back and enjoy. So I mean, it reminds me of back in '97. Hell, I just just would have been graduating. Or when that cartoon came out, I was just graduating, but I sat back after work, and I would record these episodes on VHS, and I would sit back and watch them. So I was so that was how long ago I was using VHS. So just to sit back and enjoy that. I was also doing the not Amazing Spider-Man, was Spider-Man. I used to love that when I was growing up. The actually MTV Spider-Man, I used to record that on VHS. It's just something to sit back and watch after work and have a couple beers and enjoy. Kind of just to calm down, cool down, especially after working in the kitchen for 8-9 hours. So, all right, but I did want to show this. Look at that, and then I love how this cover. That's some artwork. That's a lot of mutants. A lot of mutants. So, yeah, but I do love the artwork. They have some great writers. Obviously, they have Jed MacKay, who's going to be picking up the story arc. I will be getting the first couple issues just to see how it goes. I'm a huge fan of Jed MacKay. With him doing the Avengers, and he's about to drop. Oh God, this sucks so bad. He's about to drop Moon Knight, which makes me a little sad because I've enjoyed every issue that he's been doing with Moon Knight. But obviously, he's gone as far as it's going to go. So somebody else is definitely picking up the mantle for that. But so, drop something, pick up something, and he picked up the X-Men. So I'd just like to be able to see what he does with that. So yeah, X-Men 700. And with that story also coming to an end, Benjamin Percy is saying goodbye to Wolverine with issue 50. I will tell you, this is the best damn story of Wolverine that you'll ever get to read in your life. All right, 50 issues have been phenomenal. I haven't read one critic that has ever put any of this series down. For the little that I actually did read, when I was sitting here reading the Fall of X, I absolutely thought was the best. And I've read the Claremont stories. I've read, the other writers that have worked on Wolverine, because Wolverine has had some talented writers from time to time. This guy has given me everything an adult person would love out of Wolverine, and has not let me down. If there was going to be a full series of Red Band, this would have been it. This would have been the perfect series. Benjamin Percy has done a dark version at times of Wolverine. Blood, guts, the humor, everything having to do with it, Benjamin Percy has delivered. That being said, great series. But he might have dropped Wolverine, but he did pick up 5 issues of the Helverine. I think this is the son of Wolverine, and who has become, Ghost Rider / Wolverine. So, yeah, I did not read this. I personally, I haven't had the chance. There's a lot of books out there, a lot going on in my life, so I haven't get a chance. I haven't given it so I can't give it a fair. I got it from my wife who wanted to read it. So yeah, it's Benjamin Percy, so I'm going to just assume that it's probably good. But don't get me, please don't sign my name on that. I'm sure it's good. Maybe. Give it a chance. All right. So, my wife absolutely loves these kind of covers, so I've been continuing to get them. This is Amazing Spider-Man issue God only knows anymore, because it has the Uncanny X-Men cover on it. The What If. The What If Minnie debuted as the Dazzler. Yeah, she could pull it off. It's Minnie. Come on. She could do it. She's probably the only one that probably could. I mean, I couldn't imagine Daisy Duck doing this. Nah, it's Minnie. Absolutely cool. It's a great cover. I love Disney's been doing these what ifs issues and what if series covers. So my wife continues to get them because people continue to keep selling them. Other than that, if you got a really cool cover, this is probably one of those. All right, now I picked this up just for the last issue because one, I love this cover. I did read it. I really wasn't impressed on this What If Venom series, at least the one issue that I did read, which is issue number 5 with Moon Knight on it. Like I said, I pretty much got it for the cover. I already knew the story was going to be a letdown. But if you got a really, really cool cover, this is probably it. With the Moon, who is actually also Venom's eyes. You got Moon Knight as with the Venom symbiote on him. Yeah, the cover looks. The cover is probably the best part of this series. I mean, if you got a different opinion of it, here, send it my way. Let me know. I'll go pick up a couple issues, just to see if it's actually that good. But personally, I haven't heard anything that great about it. And the one issue I did read, not that good. Yeah. So, all right. Be a big fan of Chip Zdarsky. Batman issue 148, which is Batman versus Batman, which pretty much is Batman versus Failsafe, which is Batman versus Failsafe versus, and all the Bat family joining in and the clones and all right. I did pick up, I guess, one issue that I wasn't that pretty happy with. Yeah. If you guys watched my past episodes, you guys already know what I really felt what they should have did with Failsafe, what they should have did with the character. They did introduce him going against some of the Justice League. They really could have kickstarted this. I mean, this could have been an arguably a great character to make more of a major key instead of that small minor key that nobody will give two shits about. Personally, I'm a huge fan of the Failsafe character. I loved it. I loved the inception of it. I loved the idea of it. I loved everything having to do with it except what Chip actually did with the story. So personally, I think they could have did more. The artwork is amazing. I think the artwork is probably the best part of it. It gets a little crumbled in the middle of the story. But yeah, and I know that supposedly, from what I gather, they're going to be making a Failsafe a jump, but into a bigger part of the storyline with a new story arc about to happen. And I guess somebody else is leading the story writing team, which I guess after everything that's going on with Chip here with this, they're not really thrilled in DC about everything going on. But I guess Amanda Waller and Failsafe and that's going to be like the kind of the story arc, and I guess a new main villain. But Failsafe is going to be like a sidekick, and Failsafe should never be anybody's sidekick. At least that's what I personally think. Let me know. You guys tell me what you guys actually thought of Failsafe. What you guys thought Failsafe really could have done. But then again, Chip does hit a home run on this. This is Avengers Twilight, issue number 6, the last issue. Marvel's final, answer to The Dark Knight, Frank Miller. I personally think he does a great job at this. He did do a good job at this. I loved every issue. I loved every story. I love the continuation. I love how you finally see Tony Stark and Tony Stark's son to be able to reunite and be able to work together to be able to fix the problems and the issues against the Red Skull. I loved it. I'm glad it ended the way it did. I'm glad they sealed up everything, made it really nice and pretty, tied it with a bow and handed it to you. I love that they were able to give you a great story, and which was basically the final story. And this is the major part. This is Old Man Hawk who did not have sex with Jen. No incest for this Hawk. This was the Hawk that should have been, instead of that savage Hawk that they try giving us. Yeah, come on. You got to be kidding me. Tell me which story writer thought this was going to be a great idea. All right. Put Hawk out in the middle of the desert. In the middle of some wasteland. Give him 2 kids. Or I think 2, 3, whatever kids what it was. But make it a twist. He has sex with Jen. And not just sex, he mutually rapes her and thinks this is a good idea. Send this up to the big wigs, and let's see what they think of it. And somebody said, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. We gotta write this. We gotta sell it. You do it. Put some art to it. Fuck it. We're gonna have fun. No, who did that? That was ridiculous. This is the Hawk I should wanted as an Old Man Hawk. You know something? Yeah, he went nuts at the end. He got kind of what he deserved. Me likey. He wasn't out there raping his family or anybody. Dear God, what are you doing? But if you want a great story, if you want Marvel's version, pretty much of the Dark Knight of what Marvel, kind of answered to that after so many years, and it took them a long time. From what I've read, they've actually had a thought of doing this for quite some time. So finally, somebody picked up the mantle and said, "Let's do this. Let's get this done right away." I know it's been like 20, 30 years. Let's run with it. So this was a great story. Please pick this up. Please give it a chance. And you know something? That's not one of those you get to collect. Go out and pick up all 6 books. All right. Next, dear God, I'm already going for 22 minutes. Next issue is Spider-Boy, issue number 7. I love the story arc. I love what they did with this. I mean, this is one of those. It's kind of like reading, Peter Porker and the Spider Pig. It's one of those lighthearted. It's not meant to be serious. So with everything that goes on, I mean, you have the High Revolutionary in this. You actually have Spider-Boy. He gets to some Avengers. You can tell it's, the Unbeatable Squirrel. You got helping out. You've got so many different kind of cool characters in this, all trying to bring Spider-Boy back after he's been, taken hostage for quite some time and used and abused. So it's really, really cool. I love this story. Dan Slott has done an amazing job, and I don't say that very often, but Dan Slott, bam, thank you so much for this really, really cool story. So, all right. Meaningly likey. This is Gunslinger, issue number 32. If you loved Todd McFarlane's writings, and I know a lot of people don't feel that he is a great writer, he does do some really good stuff when it comes to his own characters. He knows how to basically put them off in the right direction. He knows how to carve them out of a little clay and sit there and just put it on the mantle and say, "You will be born." Bam! And it's a great story. I love Gunslinger. This is issue number 32. Like I said, everything that they've done with him, I mean, he is completely clueless on how you deal with things in today's society, and you really do see his interaction with today's people. He just does not know how to make the smart move, the right decision. He is so back in his time of Day of Living. You can tell how clueless he really is. So this is a fun read. I absolutely love it. It's not just a fun read. It's a horror story within a great book. So, like I said, Gunslinger. You're never going to go back and collect all 32. I know a lot of people are not going to go do that, but if you get a chance to be able to pick up some issues of Gunslinger, they are in the middle of a story arc that I absolutely love, and yeah, good stuff here. All right, my last book here. I'm believing this is Roy Thomas. I'm not going to, I think it's Roy Thomas. But I'm a huge fan of this character, so when I got a chance to be able to see this and got to be able to pick it up, yeah, this is some Silver Age goodness. This is Marvel Premiere issue number 2. Yeah, this is Warlock. I'm a huge fan of Adam Warlock. I love the stories. I love the writing. I love the artwork and everything they've done with this. And I absolutely loved when Jim Starlin took over and really carved his name into a character and absolutely changed the whole story for this guy. If you get a chance to ever get to pick up a collection of Warlock, I never thought I would absolutely love some of the old stuff there, where it's more of a psychedelic age, the space age. Until I gave it a chance, I never could imagine how good Warlock really was. So, and I've been a fan of him for at least the last 6-7 years. And when I get a chance to be able to pick up a really good book, I definitely do. So that is Roy Thomas writing Warlock, Marvel Premiere issue number 2. So that's it, guys. That's my big story. As you can tell, this is going on for 26 minutes, so I knew everyone's going to be fast forwarding to the little clip-its and the little pictures of my thing. So, first of all, from my family to your family, please, if you're going to do rescue, please take the time to be able to do your research. Animals need time, they need love, dear God, and you need money to be able to do it. So if you do not have that huge combination, that's the best thing to do is not to do rescue at that moment. But if I do say, if you're going to get an animal, please look out for the animals that are basically, they're homeless at this time, and people just don't have no way to be able to take care of them. Please rescue. If you end up liking what you're watching, dear God, if you like what you see and you like the words coming out of this mouth, please please subscribe, please share, and most importantly, leave a comment. So, hope you guys enjoyed the show. One, I want to thank you all the new viewers. I want to thank everybody that started watching the show. I absolutely love having you guys here. Like, again, I love to be able to hear from you, and I will see you all next week. We will be going over Blood Hunt because, yes, that series is amazing, and I will talk to you all later. Have a great week.